Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Kezia Nicole. I am super excited today about Parents Out the Mud show. Today, we have a very special guest. But before we get into it, before we give you the hacks, before we give you the cheat code, if there is a cheat code on being a parent as well as an entrepreneur or a business owner, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. All right. And today we have a wonderful guest. I need everybody to just get on your feet. I need you to apply for the amazing Tiffany Todd. What's up,
Yay!
Tiffany?
Hi, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. Welcome to Parents Out the Mud. And so, we always got to start out with our number one question, which is what was the moment when you truly felt like that you got it out the mud, whether it's as a parent or as a business owner? Share with our audience when you felt like you got it out the mud.
Okay. So when I was transitioning from being a married person into single mother with three children, it was just kind of like, I don't know what this is going to look like. And so there was this mindset shift that had to happen. And it was like, okay, well, are you going to go through this woe is me phase, or are you going to get it out the mud? And so what I chose to do was to change my mindset. So professionally, I had to just say, okay, now, things are heavily relied upon me. And with me being an entrepreneur, is you don't work, you don't eat, you don't grind, you don't shine. And that's just what it was. And so I was in go mode. I was like, okay, I've got to have my business where it's steady. I've got to make sure I've got things in order. And so I was getting it out of the mud there professionally. Personally, I had to have what I like to call my community. People say a village or whatnot. I had a community because I had people that I knew to go to. So when I think of village, it's like, okay, everybody's coming in. But when I think of community, you have these women, these are your prayer warriors. And then you have this person, this is like your person that's your voice of reason. And then you have this person that when you want to yell, cuss, or whatever, they're there to listen to you. So that's why I say I had a community. And, people may say, well, that's still a village, but I call it a community because they were there at different times. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm having this moment. Okay, bam, let's call this friend, or I need to kind of cuss, whatever. I'm calling this friend. And I don't have in my community yes people. And what I mean by that is you have some people that no matter whether you're right or wrong, they're like, yes, girl, yes. Well, in
Mhm.
my community, there are some times where I was saying some things or, wanting to do some things and they were just like, no, you're wrong in this situation or this is not the way to be. And I can appreciate that because I feel like when you have those people in your community, it gives opportunity for growth
Right.
versus having someone that's like, yes, oh yeah, I agree. Yes, you're staying stagnant because you're thinking what you're doing or saying that's right. And so I had a community. So that was me being able to get it out of the mud with my community that was in place.
Nice, nice. Which that is super important to have. And I know me, I live in a totally different state, right? Which brings me to the next question: is how do you vet people to include them into your village or your community?
So that's a great question. So, you will at some point have people that I call are looky loos. And looky loos are people that they're paying attention, and there are people that are good looky loos. And if you don't have the mental capacity or the maybe common sense, you'll
Mm.
have some looky loos in there that are a listening ear and a running mouth. So for me, I've always been very private, and I'm careful of who I let in. So the people that were able to be included in my village, these were people that I've known 10 plus years, minus two people. However,
Mm-hmm.
two people that I did not know um, 10 plus years, they were connected to a ministry that I was connected to. So I know they were like minded ladies. And I was like, okay, it's safe for me to let them into my village or in my community. And so
Yeah.
I was able to vet these people. And these were people that, um, and I'm speaking on the 10 plus year people now,
Mm-hmm.
these were people that knew me at my high point, my midpoint, and even at my low point. And they were constant. They did not change up. They were not, hand grabbers, meaning gimme, gimme, give me. They were genuinely there for me. And so that's how I was able to vet, okay, this person is able to come in. And there were some people along the way that not because of personal reasons, but their season in my life or my season in their life was up. And that's okay. It was not a we fell out, it was their time was up.
Yeah, I mean, so then my next question to you is on that note, like what did that even look like, right? What would cause a person to be that for you to remove them out of your village? Like
Well,
what are some reasons?
okay, sure. The first thing is as we go through life, we should be evolving. We should never get into a place of being stagnant or comfortable. We grow. And so if you're growing and evolving, you're going to be able to recognize, hey, there's no hard feelings. This person is just not in alignment of where I'm looking to go in life. And you have to, start you separating yourself. Like I said, it's for me, I don't do oh, I can't talk to you or anything. I'm still cordial with those people, but it's just they're not in that inner circle. And even going from being married to a single woman,
Mm-hmm.
that marriage group, some of those groups, had to be taken apart or broken apart, not because of personal reasons or hard feelings. It's just right now we're in two different spaces. And again, that's okay. It's not, it was never anything personal, unless there was someone that said something, and to my knowledge nothing has been communicated to me to my face. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how some of those people, like I said, came and went. And then, like I mentioned, there were two ladies that I have not known, the 10 plus years that came in, and they have been amazing. And so we have formed, a relationship through that. So that's why I say come and go. And that's how I was able to, vet,
Yeah.
who it was.
Awesome. Well, I mean, do you send them an email or a text to remove them out of your village or your
No,
community?
no,
How did you like what did that conversation look like?
actually, it was just the conversations became less and less as far as the reaching out in the
Mhm.
community. So
Mhm.
that's how that was. And again, that's
So you
why I
just let
said,
them fall off. Like you just
right.
like, yeah, we going to let y'all
Right.
exit.
And that's why I said for me, it was not, it's never anything personal or any
Mhm.
hard feelings. It's just,
Mhm.
okay, I see you're doing your thing and I wish everyone well. I don't ever wish ill will. It's just, okay, you're doing this and that's okay. But where I'm going, I've got to continue to go and surround myself with like minded individuals. So I've never, um, sent a text per se,
Mhm.
moving anyone out of my village. It's just the conversation, just kind of conversations,
Fizzle.
just
Mhm.
fizzled. Hmm.
Mhm.
But if I see them out, and which I have, it's hey, how you doing? But
Mhm.
it's not okay. We're coming back, and at some point in my life, it may circle back. So I don't ever just say, well, we once were like this, and it will never be because I believe people are placed in your life for different reasons and at different times. So I don't ever, remove someone like again, unless something major has happened, which as of now, as of today, nothing like that has happened as of today.
Right, as of today. That's what's up. That's what's up. And so I can only assume that having that village allows you to be able to practice self care. Can you share with our audience um, some examples of when you realized that you needed to take care of yourself better?
Mhm. Well, when I was transitioning from the divorce, and I was trying to be proactive because I started working out um, when the divorce was going on. And it was for me, I wanted to get in shape. And it was also a stress reliever. I would go every morning, Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock a.m. And I did that up until COVID, to where once that happened, we started having virtual workouts. So I was
Mm.
very consistent with that. And that
What you
was
do with your kids?
at 5 a.m.
They in the bed.
Yeah, they were in the bed. Yeah, so they were in the bed. They didn't even know that I had even gone anywhere. And so they were in the bed. And my oldest was old enough to be there. And it was an
Yeah,
hour workout.
yeah.
So it wasn't, hours at a time. So they were at home.
Hmm.
So the other thing that I did do, there's a place here in Dallas that's called Prayer Mountain. And that was a huge, I don't know what it was when I got to Prayer Mountain, but it was just like a peaceful place. And
Wow.
so I, for that first year, I was at Prayer Mountain quite a bit, whether it was just me sitting out or people in my village would meet me there. And what I found out was there were people in my village, they're from Dallas, and they had never heard of that place. And so it became kind of like just a meeting spot because it was just very peaceful there. So that was self care.
That is awesome. So working out and praying. So we have a thing called Mount Trashmore here. So I'm gonna assume that we have a similar, but find you a mountain somewhere, y'all. Okay, find you a mountain somewhere. So let's get into it. Okay, so you're in real estate.
Yes.
I'm sure that real estate has its ups and its downs. And so for someone that is a business owner, that's how business is. It's up one day, one month, it's down the next. It's up. I mean, it just keeps going, like ebbs and flows. Can you share with our audience your best practice on getting through those moments? Because that's a lot to deal with, because you have the ups and downs of parenting or parenthood,
Mhm.
and then because your kids, they be kidding, okay, the
Yes.
children be children in, okay, and then business be lifing and life be business. So can you share, like, when that starts to kind of merge or clash
Mhm.
together, what are some things that you do to stay motivated or stay inspired?
So I am very big on mindset and words. And I am a firm believer that your words have power. And I am a living witness of, and they're called affirmations. And I say affirmations every morning. So I know when I am reaching that point to where I'm not going to explode, but I need to take a break. So, what I will do, one, I will not schedule appointments, or if I do, I'll have my showing assistant to go out and assist my buyers. The other thing is, I like to sit outside. So, I may go just sit outside and relax. And then the other thing is, I have a masseuse that comes to my house and does my massages. So as of like tonight, my masseuse is coming. And so this time I scheduled a 2 hour massage. And the reason I did that is because my body tells me too when I'm getting tired and overworked, because I'm a very patient person, very patient. But when I notice I start getting fizzled or rattled at different things, then I can tell, okay, I'm getting tired. Or if when I'm doing stretches in my bed, my leg start to hurt,
Mhm.
I'm tired. And so that's when I know I have to back up, because there was a time when I first started selling real estate and my kids were young. They were 9, 1, and 3.
Ooh.
And so they were little. There was a time where I feel like I almost had a nervous breakdown because I was parenting and trying to get my real estate business off the ground. So I call it when I was chasing dollars.
Mhm.
I had people wanting to see a house and I was going. And also at that time, my children were at 3 different schools. And so going to 3 different places, stopping to get them food, pep talking them, okay, when we go in this house, do not comment. I don't care what it looks like, smells like, keep your mouth shut. Because I have one child that is very vocal. And there was a time we were at a house and my clients liked it. And she said, oh, I know y'all aren't going to buy this house. And so, you know, I had to prep them. But going back, staying on topic with the question,
No, that's good.
those are key things that I know when I'm getting tired. And so during that time, my eyes started twitching because I was tired. I was going, and I was yesing to everybody. Oh, you want to see this house at this time? Okay, yes. All right, let me figure out how I'm going to make this work. Okay, I'm going to pick this child up. I know I got about 45 minutes for this other child to be picked up. Well, this house is about 15 minutes from where this child is. So, I was trying to be strategic, but
Yeah.
running myself ragged.
And I
And
mean, I know with kids they have like personalities. Like you always got that one to keep you on on your knees,
yes,
and praying to keep your relationship strong with God. You
yes.
always have that one, right? So like, what does that look like? Can you share like a really cool story about like when you first starting out in real estate and that one child who keeps your relationship sharp with God? Like what does that look like? What did that look like for you?
So I'll share a story. So I was out in McKinney and I was showing this property to these 2 sisters. And
Mm-hmm.
I had on these boots and I had put a slip guard on these boots because they were kind of slick. And so my children, my 2 youngest were with me. I can't remember where my oldest was, but I had the 2 youngest and they had been in that house. And I'm just going to be frank, they had acted a plum fool. Do you hear me? In that house? I mean, running around, they were getting into it, and I'm trying to hold this professional, talking to my clients, and they didn't say anything, but I know they were probably thinking, "Oh, her kid's bad. Oh, they bad."
This is
And so
unprofessional.
yes, and unprofessional. And so I'm trying to hold it together. I'm trying to talk to them. Y'all stop doing this. Stay with me. Well, I really want to say, you don't get your butt over here right now.
Oh,
But
go behind.
yes, but I couldn't. So we finished up the showing, and I'm sitting here in my mind visualizing this day because I remember it so clearly. We finished the showing. I opened the door, and for whatever reason, they took off running to the car. Well, the way this house was, it was kind of sloped. And so, mind you, I told you about these boots. I went to try to run after them, and I slipped and fell. And I could not, at that moment, I couldn't get up, and they were trying to help me. And they were like, oh my gosh, what needs to happen? And my kids are at the car, they're laughing, they're still playing. So the other sister, she went and got them, and the sister's trying to help me up. So finally, I was able to get up. Now, when I got up, I was just like, when we get in this car, it's about to go down. Do
It's
you
going
hear
down.
me? It is going, I'm about to whoop some behind here.
Oh
Do
my
you hear
gosh.
me? I was livid. And so they got in their car. I got in my car. I let them turn that corner and I went down a little ways. I pulled that car over and you know how you had those moments
Got
that
to
move
him.
back in that back seat. I have taken my seatbelt off and I'm I'm whooping them. And so I am upset. I called, my husband at the time, and I'm telling him what they had done. He was like, "What?" So he's on the phone. Why'd y'all do that? Y'all know. And I said, they cannot come with me,
Ever.
because the other thing was, I know some people think of real estate as a hustle and a hobby, but for me, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think of it like that. I'm running a business, and
Right.
I'm very cognizant of what I say and do, and having to take them, that was a no-no, because going back to when I was brand new, when I was interviewing, trying to figure out what real estate brokerage I was going to hang my license at,
Right.
I went to this one real estate brokerage, and this lady was the recruiter for the company. And
Wow.
I'll never forget, she had her son with her during the recruitment, and he was 2, and she kept having to stop. She kept having to chase after him. And I thought that was very unprofessional. Very. And that was a deciding factor in me not hanging my license at that brokerage, because I'm thinking, what is this, a daycare? We're supposed to be selling real estate. And so even though my kids were young, I was very, very just mindful that they didn't come to appointments with me unless they just had to. And if they had to, I did call my clients beforehand and say, "Hey, I know we need to go see this house because the market was hot. In order for me to be able to do this, I've got to bring my kids with me." And, most of them, they were very understanding. And like I said, I would have these pep talks with them. Okay, we go in here, don't say anything, don't touch anything. You need to stay with me, keep your mouth shut. And as they got older, they
Yeah.
understood it. Now, they, of course, they do not come with me, or if they are with me, they may be in the car. But for
Right.
the most part, they are not with me. So that
Yeah, and
time.
I was gonna say, it sounds like training them is really a good hack. Like
Mhm.
training your kids before you have to take them, especially if you're a single parent.
Right.
Um, a lot of you know parents wait to go into business for themselves, or wait in order to live their dreams, because they're like, oh, I don't have nobody to watch my kids. Or maybe a young lady, who is leaving an abusive relationship and need to, you know what I mean, find
Mhm.
opportunities. That's the thing. It's like you're when you're entrepreneur, like your kids have to be disciplined. Like you have to work on teaching and training your kids, even for the business. So that's what's up. That's what's up. That's messed up. Oh my gosh. And
But
it sounds like, yeah, it sounds like training your kids, and going back to the question about, I'm gonna take us back for a second about self-care. It sounds like taking time for yourself, like, scheduling the massages, scheduling that personal time for yourself is what really helps you when you get to those moments where your kids are antagonizing your clients and running through the houses and or embarrassing you. It helps you keep your
Mhm.
composure. I'm absolutely sure. I'm absolutely sure. Wow. Thank you so much for that. Now, can you share with everybody about your company, about what you
Sure.
do, anything new that's coming up?
Yes. So I am a real estate strategist. So you hear people say, oh, realtor, real estate agent. Well, I'm a real estate strategist. And the reason I say strategist, because I not only help my clients buy, sell, and invest in real estate, I also show them strategies on how they can build wealth. And so I take it a step further, and it does not end once I sell them a home or sell their home. I stay in contact with them to see, okay, as property values go up and property taxes increase, do you need me to send you a market analysis so you can protest your taxes? Or do you need me to send you some resources at ways of looking at lowering your homeowner's insurance, especially if that's rolled into your mortgage payment? So I'm not just, okay, you bought this house or you sold your house, goodbye. These are lifelong relationships. And so I am helping them come up with ways, one, where they can possibly lower their mortgage, two, build generational wealth, and then just other home maintenance type things that they can do. So that's why I say a strategist. I'm not just a real estate agent. And even if they have to relocate outside of the state of Texas, they know they can call me because I have working relationships and referral partners in all 50 states and in the Dominican Republic. So I'm a resource for them. That's why I say a strategist, real estate strategist. So if you want, you can follow me. I'm on all of the platforms: Instagram at Marathon Property Group, Facebook, Marathon Property Group, and TikTok, Marathon Property Group, but you have to put the underscore in there. And I have a podcast that is going to be coming out at the beginning of July called What Tiff Talking About. And we're going to be talking about a series of things, not just real estate, but life things as well. And so you can follow me there. That Instagram is What Tiff Talking About, and that'll be up and running as well. So I'm really excited about that.
Awesome. With that being said, we got a quick little promo that we would love to share with everybody. And guys, don't forget to follow Tiffany, follow the podcast, and we are going to bring it on stage.
I think it is. Yes, it is. I know she not up here trying to get a car. Let me get out and see what's going on.
Bells and whistles,
Brady?
things like this.
Tiffany, hey girl.
Oh, this is my realtor. What are you doing up here?
No, the question is, what are you doing up here?
Looking at this car. You know I want a new car too, and it's just, I'm just looking, but I really like it. And you know I want to upgrade my car as well.
Okay,
so.
but did you forget that you are trying to purchase a home and you get the house first and then the car?
I didn't think this would really hurt anything. That's why I'm just kind of looking.
No, what you need to do is close the door. Sir, she shouldn't even be here. Close the door. Now, what you just saw here is an example of when you are looking to purchase a home, you want to get the home first and then get your car. Now, in some instances, there are some buyers that can purchase a car first, but most buyers must get the home first and then get the dream car. If you need any information on purchasing a home or selling a home, feel free to give me a call. I am Tiffany Todd with TD Realty.
All right, that is, I'm ready for it. I am absolutely ready for it. Yes. Okay. Can you share a little bit about what, you guys are going to be discussing? Like,
Yes.
just one tip, give us a little sample. You know what I'm saying? What y'all going to be over there talking about? Okay, Tiffany, what you going to be talking about?
So this first episode is talking about basically the do's and don'ts of when you're buying a home. And so I wanted to do a skit in there because people, believe it or not, if they haven't been educated by their agent, most buyers cannot buy the home first. Buy the car first. Is get the home and then you get your car. And so that first episode, we're going to be honing in on, what to expect when you are buying a home, do's and don'ts, so that you are properly informed and that you don't end up buying a car and then finding out you can't get your house. So you want to get your house first and then the car. That's for most buyers. There are some that can get the car and the house, but most buyers, you get the house and then the car.
Wow. Well, I cannot wait to learn more about your podcast. As a former mortgage underwriter, all of that is true because we are looking at that stuff and we're like, oh, it's a no day. Like, nope. Their debt to income ratio was just too high. So I cannot wait. Well, thank you so much, Tiffany. Guys, don't forget to follow Tiffany. Follow her on Facebook, follow her on Instagram, follow her on TikTok, which I haven't got there yet. But I'm gonna get there because people send me TikTok videos all the time, and because I don't have an account, like I can't fully look at them. But I think I might just go just because you have a TikTok. Okay, I might just get on TikTok. That's what's up. Well, thank you all for joining us for this episode of Parents Out the Mud. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.